evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Redbird Replay. It's a Mid-Illini Conference battle for you, the second to last broadcast of 2019, as the Dunlap Eagles are in town at 5-3 overall, 1-1 in the Mid-Illini, and you're currently tied for the Mid-Illini leaders, Metamora Lady Redbirds, at 6-3, 2-0 in conference play. Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Dobb, back along for the call of this one. And yeah, you heard that right. Metamora currently tied atop the Mid-Illini standings. With a win tonight, they would take sole possession of first place in the Mid-Illini, and they would not be able to have an opponent surpass them until at least January 11th. That's 26 days it would take for either Morton or Washington to surpass them in the standings. That being said, in that time span, Washington will play Morton. So if Morton beats Washington, then that throws things off even more. And it's honestly, if you think of it from, regardless of what school, if you think of it from a league-wide perspective, it's good for the league that there's, at least early on, that much parity in terms of the standings shifting this much early on. So again, Lady Redbirds look to, at least for a month, take sole possession of first place in the conference with a win tonight. Again, Washington and Morton, I think, only have one or two conference games between now and January 11th. Again, that's the 26-day spread. So we'd either be tied or ahead of them up to that point. So again, the theme this year has been considering what the Lady Redbirds rather didn't have back versus had back, and what they've done to this point, you've got to be very thankful for. Tonight will also be the return of Lexi McClure, the 5'5" senior guard for the Lady Redbirds. She suffered a concussion in the game against Bloomington after a jump ball was not called on time and her head slammed to the floor. And she's been out for the last couple of games under concussion protocol. But we'll talk with Coach Morrow in a little bit in more detail about Lexi's return. And obviously she's not going to start right away. Got to kind of work her back into the system and see how things go there. Dunlap, on their seventh year, head coach Heather Cassidy had a nice chat with her beforehand. She's honestly one of my favorite opposing coaches to, well, go up against and get to see and get to talk with every time they're in town or we're at Dunlap. And they're down a few. They are without two key contributors, at least in my opinion, those being Whitney Mechanicu and Ellie Sorensen. Mechanicu had some kind of injury that, I'm going to be honest, can't remember what Coach Cassidy had said, what the injury was. And then Ellie Sorensen had back surgery. So obviously those two are main contributors in this series last year. But they still have a good number of pieces back that are going to make a difference, whether that be Ellie Sutter. It could go even down to the freshman Sophia Remmel, or even their talented post player who, and we'll actually speak with Lady Redbird alum Reagan Bagol and Olivia West at the half. Those two had to deal with Batia Butler probably more than they would have liked during their time as Lady Redbirds. So again, good to see Reagan back, especially being from the University of the Cumberlands. Not too many opportunities to come home. So I wanted to make sure when she was that we got a chance to talk to her. So we're going to talk to Reagan at halftime. Again, Olivia West, All-American volleyball player at ICC this fall, so we'll talk to her about that at the half as well. Metamora coming into this game averaging 52.3 points per game. That's over 4 points per game more than they averaged all of last season, and that's in large part been due to the streak of wins by 30 or more, which is currently at 4, which is the win streak. A 4-game win streak, and the Lady Redbirds have also won 6 of their last 7. So we'll see what happens here tonight. Will the streak be extended, or will Dunlap have something to say about that? Here's public address announcer Charlie Dreyer with the national anthem, and then we'll take it from there. Here's Charlie.
At this time, please ask that you stand and face the American flag for the playing of your national anthem performed by the Metamora Choir.
Alrighty, so here's a look at the starting lineups first for Dunlap. Again, head coach is Heather Cassidy. She's in her 7th season with a career record of 83 wins and 76 losses. And again, Dunlap enters this game with a season record of 5-3 overall, 1-1. In the middle Illini, Coach Cassidy goes with this starting 5. Tara Davis, a 5'9 senior guard. Lily Sutter, a 5'10 sophomore guard. Elle Sutter, a 5'10 senior guard. Gabby DiGianleonardo, a 5'10 junior forward. And Sophie Remmel, a 5'7 freshman guard. The Lady Redbirds will go with a slightly different starting lineup, and it'll look like this. Grace Tyler, the 5'5 junior guard, averaging 5.3 points per game. Alyssa Russell, the 5'8 junior guard, averaging 0.8 points per game. Kayla Pasha, the 5'11 sophomore forward, averaging 9.4 points per game. Katie Ramage, the 5'9 freshman guard, averaging 9.6 points per game. And Alana Terry, the 5'11 junior forward, averaging 7.9 points per game. Lady Redbirds, as always, under 6th-year head coach Brianna Morrow, who enters this game with a career record of 69 wins and 79 losses. And a little technical difficulties in front of us. So Redbirds enter this game 6-3, 2-0 in the Middle Illini Conference. Again, take sole possession of the conference lead with a victory tonight. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out. Quick look at the statistical leaders for everybody. Kayla Pasha in 2s with 36. Grace Tyra, First Lady Redbird, to hit 10 threes this season. Kayla Pasha still doing well from the free throw line, 13 for 23. And then leading scorer entering today's game, Katie Ramage. Mentioned her 86 total points and 9.6 points per game. Before we get going, here is our pre-recorded chat with the head coach of the Lady Redbirds, Brianna Morrow. All right, welcome back to Metamora here with head coach Brianna Morrow. And Coach, Dunlap, a team that, you know, it was a fairly decently favored series towards us last year. And on top of that, they lose 2 very big pieces, Whitney Mechanicu and Ellie Sorensen, both out for tonight's game.
Right.
But they still got a piece like Patia Butler, who I even told Coach Cassidy when they first got here, has kind of been one of those thorn in our side type players the last couple of years. How do you go up against such a talented player down low in the post?
You know, she can shoot the three, she can get to the basket, she can post. You know, she's pretty talented. So we've got our work cut out for us tonight. They're pretty good.
They got Elle Sutter, another good shooter at the guard position. Is there any, whether it be with her or with Butler, are there any individuals you look to for maybe one-on-one matchups there, or is it really all hands on deck to try and neutralize them as much as possible?
You know, Butler, yeah, she's going to take up a lot of space. She's strong. She's very physical, very talented track athlete. You know, she's going to do that, but we've got to, between her and the paint, and then you have both setters, can both shoot the ball. They're both incredibly talented. Then they've got some other good pieces that you add to the mix. And so it's going to be a tough battle. You know, you can't let Sutters get hot. Remmel, you've got her as well, who's an incredibly talented basketball player. They get hot early, it can be bad. And all 3 of those guards like to get in the lane too. You know, they shoot the 3 incredibly well, but they like to get in the lane. They like to get to the free throw line. You know, Remmel's got incredibly quick hands. Sutters, they're long, they're lanky, they're super athletic, and so those 3 are pretty scary guards at times. And then you add Butler in the paint, you know, that's a pretty good presence right there. So we have our work cut out for us. We've got to work hard. Defensively, we've got to be really strong tonight.
They lost to Washington by, I believe, 30. How much weight do you put in that game? Did you look at that game at all in terms of your prep for tonight?
Yeah, we look at that game as far as kind of what Washington did, how they kind of took them out of things. Yeah, so we've looked at that game. You know, we've looked at them versus Pekin, you know, so we've looked at a couple games like that to see kind of what they do and how they get their points. And so we've got to come ready to go.
You talk about the talented guards they have. We've already talked about the talented post with Butler. Is it one of those things where you can't really say it's going to be a guard-on-guard matchup or a post-on-post matchup? It's going to be kind of all 5 players on the floor kind of equally playing, or I should say all 5 positions on the floor kind of equally playing a role in tonight's game?
Yeah, we absolutely have to have all of us, you know, and it's going to be kids off the bench too, you know. I mean, our kids have to play team ball. You know, we've never, last year at times we had some one-on-one matchups with Reagan, some one-on-ones with Liv. This year it seems very team-oriented. You know, we have a couple kids that kind of lead us in scoring each night, but at the same time, you know, it could be any kid on any given night. And so it's something that we've got to be able to handle, something we've just got to work all 5 together and take advantage of the mismatches when we get them.
Last home game until next Saturday against Pekin. How important is it then to finish off this, I guess, semi-extended road trip, if you will, with a W?
You know, we've got to work really incredibly hard. It's nice to be at home. It's nice to be at home. You know, we've played fairly well here so far, so it's something that we've got to continue to do. We've got to get better tonight. That's the big focus, is just to get better tonight, because we've got a tough weekend ahead of us in the Ottawa tournament, and then, you know, we turn around again and play Pekin, so, and then Central Catholic. So all before break, you know, Central Catholic's on the 3rd. So we have a really tough stretch ahead of us, and we have got to do a really great job of being able to handle it. And I'm anxious to see what this young team is made of and how well we handle it.
Lexi McClure back tonight?
She is back tonight. She practiced yesterday, so she's back.
So how do you kind of balance that with how much of a role player she can be, but maybe you got to take it kind of baby steps at first before she can return to her full role that she was pre-injury? Yeah,
you know, I think she was full go last night, and she was going awfully hard. So it's going to take her a little bit, I think, to get back into the flow chemistry-wise, but I don't see it being much of an issue.
All right. Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
Looks like it'll be El Sutter for Dunlap against Kayla Pasha for the Lady Redbirds as we get ready to go here on a rare Monday night tip-off for the Lady Redbirds. And here we go. Lady Redbirds win the opening tip. Game number 10 of the 2019-2020 season is underway. Again, we'll see. Nice look down low there to Pasha. Saves it right to Dunlap. Sophia Remmel, the freshman. And we'll see how Metamora utilizes their press. That's been a big difference maker in the last couple games. Remmel has the lane, puts it up, and no good. Rebound, Alana Terry. Terry into the corner with Ramage. Pulls up for 2, baseline, no good. Rebound, El Sutter. And again, they'll do kind of a 1-3-1 press. They'll throw Ramage at the front of that press and listed at 5'9", but she can jump up to 6'2", 6'3", and be a big difference maker at the front of that press. Sutter drives and kicks. Now to Sutter. Now Tara Davis on the drive, float up 2, no good. Nice clear out Alana Terry, but nobody home. Does force a jump ball though, however possession is favoring Dunlap. Do want to wish good luck to the Germantown Hills Warriors. The 8th grade girls will play for a state championship Thursday night against Pleasant Plains, so good luck to them on that one. It's at home, so that should be a fun one. Now, interesting situation there. That went off El Sutter and then fell off Tara Davis, so that should be Metamora ball, but they luck out on that one. Davis inbounds and almost stolen by Ramage. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Dunlap. For a second there, I thought they were going to say Metamora ball, but I think they were just telling Tara Davis where to return to inbound the ball. Inbound to Remmel, 1 minute in. Remmel on Tyra. Kick out Sutter for 3. No good. Rebound, Pasha and Terry, really. Kind of a mismatch down low there with Davis. Pasha quickly the other way to Russell. Russell drive and kick to Terry. 6:40 first quarter. Terry to Pasha. And that should be a kick ball off El Sutter. They're going to get the steal, though. Nope. Turned right back over. Grace Tyra to Kayla Pasha. Right block. 2 up and in. Kayla Pasha gets the first points of the night for the Lady Redbirds. And a traveling violation on Sophia Remmel, turnover. And Katie Lalamandir into the Metamora lineup for Alyssa Russell. So now this would normally be This has been our starting lineup, I should say, without Lexi McClure. But Lexi is expected to make her return to the floor at some point in tonight's game. Grace Tyra called for the travel, turnover to Dunlap. Again, Metamora swept this series last year, 45-31 in Dunlap, and then 54-20 here at Tepke Gym. There's that press with Ramage. Tyra back to Ramage, and Sophia Remmel tips it out of bounds. It'll stay Lady Redbird basketball. 2-0 Metamora, 6:09 to go first quarter, and again it'll be a baseline inbound for Grace Tyra. Tyra right underneath Alana Terry, blocked from behind by Elle Sutter, and then that's off the Eagles. Gabby DiGianleonardo bats it out of bounds, and it'll be Metamora basketball. Sutter with kind of that trick with rolling up the ball that I still can't even figure out sometimes, trying to get that ball to flip up on your foot. I'd have no luck with that. Ramage back out to Lala Mandir. Lala Mandir, corner three ball, and Katie Ramage. No good. Had space for it. Rebound, Sophia Remmel, and we have a lost hair tie of some sort. Or maybe pre-wrap or something of that nature. Elle Sutter looks to drive. Kicks out to Tara Davis. Her long two is good. Eagles get their first points of the night, and we're tied up at 2, 5:35 first quarter. Lala Mandir at the point. Over to Pesha. Lala Mandir down low in the lane. A little bit of a mismatch with Remmel. Not much, though. Lala Mandir back up top, Tyra. They have Terry on the right wing. Get it to her. Now Alana will drive. Muscles it up off the right block and draws the shooting foul. 2 free throws on the way for Alana Terry. Foul will be on 25. That's Gabby DiGianleonardo. That's her first, team's first. And Alana Terry shoots 2. Heather Cassidy talking about wanting a straight up on that one. Alana Terry, first to 2, no good. And based, just, I obviously can't hear the conversation, but just looking at it, it looked like Coach Cassidy had been told she wasn't straight up, and so Coach trying to, coach her player through that in terms of avoiding that in the future. Alana Terry goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Lady Redbirds retake the lead 3-2, 5:10 to go first quarter. Elle Sutter around the double team. Now a new double team approaches. Tara Davis trying to go cross court. They had 2 options with either Lily Sutter or Sophia Remmel. Around the midway mark of the first quarter. Not much scoring yet. Elle Sutter for 3, no good. Kayla Pesha with the rebound. And stolen from behind by Tara Davis, and in comes Alana Terry. It's going to be a blocking foul on Alana, 2 shots. It'll be Tara Davis at the line. Again, her 2 points are the Eagles' points thus far. She goes to the line for 2. First one up, and rolls around and in. Back to tied at 3-all. Again, Tara Davis 3, Metamora 3. And that's off the left side of the rim. Nice rebound, Alana Terry off Gabby DiGianleonardo. Katie Lalamandir quickly the other way. Terry inside the lane. Flip out to Pesha. Now Lalamandir again. Tyra down to Pesha. Terry looks to Tyra, right corner 3 ball. Good! Grace Tyra for 3, and it's 6-3. Lady Redbirds with 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Sutter to Davis, back down floor to Sutter. Sutter running out of room, gets it across the double team and carries it. Nice effort defensively by both Grace Tyra and Kayla Pesha to force that turnover. And we're going to see Batia Butler for the first time tonight. Again, not too often you see a pregame player to watch come off the bench, but boy, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with down in the post, and Metamora's got to be ready for that. Lalamandir to Terry. Back up top to Ramage. Exactly midway through the first quarter. Lalamandir, nice look down low. Terry off the left block is good. 3 points for Alana Terry, and it's 8-3. Lady Redbirds, 3:50 to go first quarter, and not many Lady Redbirds home on that one. And Alana Terry, late foul there. It's going to be her second, and it's also going to be an and one, I think. Basket's good for Tara Davis. Okay, so fouls after the shot, so no and one. So Alyssa Russell for Alana Terry. And Batia Butler will inbound near baseline for Dunlap. 8-5 Lady Redbirds, 3:46 to go first quarter. Tara Davis defended by Katie Ramage. Pass tipped by Ramage, stolen by Lalamandir. Redbirds have numbers, but they gotta hurry. Lalamandir kick out Russell, left wing three ball. Good! Alyssa Russell for three, and it's 11-5, 3:29 to go first quarter. Remmel to Sutter to Davis. Now Sutter back to Davis. Again, the press. Eagles have continually gotten it across, but they've struggled with it somewhat and on pretty much every possession. Batia Butler on Kayla Pasha, no good. Nice effort defensively by Kayla, and that's going to be off Lily Sutter if it goes out of bounds, but it doesn't go out of bounds. Or does it? Wide out of bounds, Dunlap ball is the call. I guess you got to give some kind of credit to Scott Taylor there, because I don't know how you can make a call amidst all that kind of a scrum. So many different girls going for the ball. 3 minutes to go first quarter, 11-5 is the Lady Redbird lead. Remmel flips it out to Davis, top of the key. Now hands it off to Elle Sutter. Pretty good soccer player too is Sutter. Sophia Remmel, corner three ball is good. 11-8, Lady Redbirds pushing, but pushing maybe a little too hard. Pass tipped out of bounds off Sophia Remmel. So it'll be Lady Redbird ball still. 2:42 first quarter, Metamora lead down to 3, 11-8. Lady Redbirds call for the different inbounder. They'll go with Tyra instead of Lalamandir. Tyra in the Pasha. Back top the key to Alyssa Russell. Russell to Lalamandir. And Davis got right around Ramage, turnover. Sutter to Remmel. Sophia Remmel, top of the key, Tara Davis pulls up for three on Pasha, and it's good. Tara Davis has had a nice quarter. She's got 8 of their 11, and it's 11 all, 2:17 to go first quarter. Alyssa Russell, right wing. Up top to Katie Ramage. Ramage on the drive, flips it up on 2 defenders, no good. Rebound, Tara Davis. Davis will get it across the timeline and has a wide open lane. Pasha comes in late, but Tara Davis is having a monster first quarter with now 10 of their 13, and Metamora is going to call a timeout here. 30-second timeout called by Coach Morrow with 2 minutes to go on the button in the opening quarter of play. So you look at the Metamora score, and they got 11 off Tyra with 3, Russell with 3, Pasha with 2, and Terry with 3, but then not much other than Tara Davis, so I think you almost got a reverse course, even though there's other players that can contribute for Dunlap, like Batia Butler, like Elle Sutter, like even Sophia Remmel or Gabby DiGianleonardo. I think you gotta almost kind of hit the panic button and zero in on Tara Davis now and hope that she doesn't score at the clip she's been scoring at to start this ball game. 13-11 Dunlap. And it'll be a Metamora inbound. Inbound from Tyra to Lalamandir, being hacked, but gets it away to Tyra. Tyra down floor, Lalamandir. Now they kind of have numbers. Lalamandir right past Batia Butler. Lalamandir for 2. If you can get past Batia Butler in the post, that's going to be a couple of possessions worth of scoring as well, but that's easier said than done. Nice effort by Tyra to try and force the jump ball, and then Sophia Remmel traveled, turnover to Metamora. And Elena Redgate into the game for the Lady Redbirds, replacing Kayla Pasha. Redgate, the 5'10 sophomore, averaging 5.3 points per game. Tyra into Lalamandir, just about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. We're tied up at 13. Lalamandir to Tyra. Back to Lalamandir. Now Redgate. Ramage posting up down low. Gets stuck, has to flip it back out. Now they're going to get open. Lalamandir, left wing three ball, wide right. And Russell saves it, but not before being out of bounds. Turnover to Dunlap. And we're going to see Cam Youngquist. Is she going to get in time? No, she's not. So they'll get her in next dead ball. Eagles on the inbound. This is Elle Sutter. Down floor, Sophia Remmel. Lily Sutter on the drive, has a pass tipped away a couple times. Elle Sutter on the drive, flips it through a couple of defenders, no good, and Batia Butler went over the back. So that's Butler's first, team's second. And now in comes Cam Youngquist, the 5'7" freshman, averaging 5.2 points per game. And she replaces Grace Tyra. So Youngquist will inbound to Lalamandir with 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Again, 13 all. Lalamandir to Youngquist. Now Redgate on the drive on Butler, no good. Falls into the hands of Cam Youngquist, put back good. Lady Redbirds up 15-13. Now a turnover, Youngquist to Ramage. Ramage to Redgate to Ramage again. Left block, looked like she was gonna go for the reverse. Russell, right wing three ball, no good, that would have been big. Elle Sutter to Tara Davis. Eagles have a chance to tie or take the lead late first quarter. Davis down floor, and they're gonna get a late hand check foul on Metamora. It's on 23, Katie Ramage. That's her first, team's third. So Dunlap will enter with 30 or 31. That's Olivia Sterneman, the 5'8" junior. Sutter into Sterneman. Now over to the right wing with Sophia Remmel. Remmel on the drive, flips it up and in. Sophia Remmel with 5, and the Eagles tie it. 15 all. Lalamandir, nice look, Elena Redgate. Redgate from Lalamandir there, and we are up to 17-15. Tara Davis to beat the buzzer. No good. Lady Redbirds survive being tied or down for the first time since Sacred Heart Griffin. They have the lead after 1. We'll be right back with the second quarter. Back here in Metamora, getting you ready for some second quarter action. Lady Redbirds up 17-15 over the Dunlap Eagles. Monday night action, second to last broadcast of 2019. We'll see you December 28th against Peak, and Lady Redbirds have the Ottawa tournament sandwiched in between there. Well, they'll play some pretty talented teams up that way. So, starting 5 to begin the second quarter, Cam Youngquist, Katie Lalamandir, Elena Redgate, Alyssa Russell, and Katie Ramage. Inbound for Youngquist. Gets it in the Lalamandir, and the second quarter is underway. 2-point lead. Redgate up top to Russell. Back to Lalamandir at the right corner. Now Russell again. 17-15. Screen from Ramage. Youngquist almost turns it over and draws the foul on Tara Davis. First foul on Davis, third team foul on Dunlap. And we'll see Kayla Pasha return for some second quarter minutes, and she'll replace Katie Ramage. Youngquist will inbound in front of the Dunlap bench. And gets it into Katie Lalamandir. To Youngquist. Now in the corner with Pasha. Up top, Lalamandir. Down low, Russell. Russell tries to turn around too long to Redgate, left wing, no good. Rebound for 31, Olivia Sterneman. I see Sterneman, Remmel, Elle Sutter, Tara Davis, obviously. We've seen her already. Sophia Remmel, right wing three ball, tried to bank it in, no good. Rebound for DiGianardo. Remmel back up top to Davis. 1 minute into the quarter, no scoring yet. And then Lily Sutter will return next dead ball. Remmel tries to drive on Lalamandir. Nice fake out, almost turns it over. Now Elle Sutter will drive. Redgate goes for the block, nothing comes of it. DiGianardo put back, no good. A rebound, Elena Redgate. Lalamandir down floor to Russell. Russell off the right block was fouled by Elle Sutter, no call. Youngquist up top. Now cross court to Lalamandir, down low. Pasha left block is good. Kayla Pasha for 2, and it's 19-15, 6:26 second quarter, and Pasha swats that one back out of bounds. And Lily Sutter in for Dunlap, and there is Lexi McClure for the first time since the Bloomington game, replacing Cam Youngquist. So her first minutes in, well, 13 days. Nice effort to go for the steal by Elena Redgate. A little too much body there, though. That'll be her first, team's fourth. So it'll be an inbound for Tara Davis just below, well, not below us, but in front of us, if you will. 6:20 to go until the half, 4-point lead. Remmel up top, Davis. They got room at the top of the key. Now they got Remmel open right corner. They get it to her. 3 is up, and 3 is good. Sophia Remmel with 8 points. It's 19-18, and stolen by Remmel. Remmel to Lily Sutter. Sutter pulls up for 2, doesn't get it to roll in, and we got a late foul on Dunlap off the rebound. Charge 2, number 12, that's Lily Sutter, her first, team's fourth. So McClure will inbound to Lallemand-Deer. 5:53 to go until halftime. Remember, at halftime we'll talk about the Reagan Bagol and Olivia West. Some alumni back for this one. Obviously, Olivia's at ICC, so not obviously as long of a trek. But with Reagan from the University of the Cumberlands, anytime we get a chance to talk to her, we're going to take it. Tara Davis with the rebound and traveled. Katie Ramage back in, and she'll replace Elena Redgate. We'll talk more about it at halftime, but Reagan's University of the Cumberlands team has been off to a hot start. I think they've only lost 1 game through this point. They're like 12-1 or 13-1 or something of that nature. So pretty good season for the Patriots so far. And Olivia West, volleyball All-American for ICC. Cougars had a nice season, finishing, I want to say, 8th at Nationals. Pasha, top of the key, Ramage, open 3 ball. No good, almost went off the post behind the backboard, which would have been out of bounds. Tara Davis to a wide open Gabby DiGiulianardo, but Pasha closes out late and gets the miss. And they call the jump ball late. Otherwise, if they would have called it any later, Katie might have ended up like Lexi on the floor and hurt. Again, that's been a consistent issue the last couple of games. They haven't called jump balls on time. And I normally don't call stuff like that out, but when it could potentially lead to injury, you got to be careful. Tara Davis on the inbound to El Sutter. Now back up top, Sophia Remmel. 4:56 to go until the break. Sutter down low, turnaround 2 on McClure. Nice job by Lexi trying to force the miss, but too much contact is going to draw the foul. That's her first, team's 5th. Lady Redbirds have 1 more foul to give before it's bonus. So El Sutter to the free throw line for her to attempt to get her first points of the night and potentially take the lead if she makes both. But she misses the first. .452 until the half. 1 more free throw for Sutter. That one bounces in. 19-all. Grace Tyra up top to Katie Lallemand-Deer. Now Lexi McClure. McClure up top to Tyra. Tyra down low, Ramage. Nice look off the left block and in. 21-19, 4.5 minutes to go until halftime. El Sutter, cross court to Lily Sutter. Her 3 is up, no good. Rebound Kayla Pasha, but then El Sutter rips it away from her. Sophia Remmel on the drive, open lane, left block, no good. Rebound DiGiulianardo. Her putback is up and in. 21-all, 4:06 to go until the half. Lallemand-Deer gets it across. Jim Matson, Channel 25 in the house as McClure gets fouled hard and off Jim in the head. I have a feeling what might be the Jim Dandy tonight. Hope Jim appears to be okay, and maybe for him, more importantly, the camera's okay. I mean, we got to be nice to Jim. It's his first time covering a Lady Redbird game this season, and what happens? He gets an errant pass off his noggin. It was errant, though, not intentional. Good to see Jim out here nonetheless. Grace Tyra off the inbound. Katie Ramage to Kayla Pasha. Now Tyra. Back to Lallman-Deer, 3:53 until the break. Elena Rudgate will enter next dead ball. Lallman-Deer to Tyra. Tyra on the drive. Turns around on Butler. Now Lallman-Deer back to Tyra. Corner three ball up and no good. Rebound Katie Ramage. Flips it around, but Tia Butler somehow, and Grace Tyra saves it. Katie Lallman-Deer to Lexi McClure, right wing three ball. No good. Rebound Katie Ramage. Nice board there. Lexi McClure creates the extra possession with 3:26 to go until half. Pasha to Lallman-Deer. Now Ramage, right wing three ball. No good. Rebound El Sutter. 3:13 to go. Again, Reagan McGoal and Olivia West coming up at the half. Sophia Remmel pulls up for three without a dribble. Good. Nice job there by her. Again, without her dribble, decides to pull up and shoot the three, and it goes. Oh, we got Matt McLean from Channel 31 as well. Double dipping here with WEK and WMBD in town. Haven't had that in a while. Good to see that. Kayla Pasha to Katie Ramage. Ramage on the drive, drives right past Batia Butler, and they're going to call her for a travel. Wow. Nice drive by Katie, and they take it away from her by calling a travel. Red gate for Pasha. .244 until the half, 3-point lead for Dunlap. Davis to Sutter to Davis. Lexi McClure almost could have gotten called for a foul. They don't call it. Sutter way too easy of a rebound. El Sutter rebound and put back. Eagles lead by 5. 2:24 until the half. Lexi McClure to Katie Lallman-Deer. Lallman-Deer on the drive. Pass tips into the hands of Grace Tyra. Lady Redbirds need to be patient, reset, and get back the momentum that they had. Lallman-Deer to Tyra. 2:09 to go until half. Now Ramage. Ramage to McClure left wing. McClure directing the offense off the screen, left corner. Top of the key, Lallman-Deer. Now Tyra. 1:56 until the half. Tyra to Ramage. Now Redgate. Back to Tyra, corner three ball. Short, well long actually. Rebound Davis, who pushed off, no call. Sophia Remmel down 4 to El Sutter. Now Sophia Remmel. Lexi McClure closes out on her with about 90 seconds to go until the break. Tara Davis to Batia Butler right through her hands, but El Sutter was there to save it. 1:27 to go, 5-point lead for Dunlap. Tara Davis trying to direct the offense and hands it off to Sophia Remmel. Remmel one-on-one with McClure, almost lost it, doesn't have her dribble again, but they'll give it to her and pushed off again. El Sutter on the drive and blocking foul on Katie Lallman-Deer. Katie's first, team 6, then Dunlap's going to get 2 free throws. El Sutter, 2 shots. This is a game that Metamora should be winning by now, but they've fallen apart here in the second quarter. First free throw, no good for Sutter. She has gone 1 for, 3 now after that last one. Make that 2 for 4. 6-point lead, about a minute to go until the half. Again, Reagan McGoal, Olivia West coming up at the break. Lallman-Deer one-on-one with Remmel, over to McClure. McClure down low, Redgate, nice turnaround 2, no good. Redgate tips the Ramage. Ramage was fouled, tripping foul, should have been called on Batia Butler, and they don't call it. And then El Sutter gets a 2 on the other end. That's unacceptable. Got to call simple fouls like that. Ramage on Butler there. They finally call that one. And Batia Butler will get her second foul. Katie Ramage will shoot 2. These will be just the 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game for Metamora. Again, down 8. First one good. Faith Smith in for Dunlap, replacing Batia Butler. One more free throw for Katie Ramage. They're both good. back within 6. Don't think we'll have the lead at the half. Remmel to the hoop, to Leonardo. Now El Sutter one-on-one with Ramage. 30 seconds to go until the break. Lady Redbirds down 6. 5 second closely guarded. Nice job, Katie Ramage. Turnover to Metamora. Lady Redbirds pretty much need a score here, again with a multiple possession deficit, likely in the halftime locker room. We'll see what happens. Lallemand-Deer at the point, down to 20 seconds. Now Tyra to Ramage. Ramage one-on-one with Davis, goes to Tyra. Back to Ramage, down to 13. Ramage looking to drive. Now Lallemand-Deer from the left wing, down to 8. McClure on the drive, flips it up. Her 2 doesn't roll in, and Dunlap's gonna have the lead at the break. Not a good second quarter for Metamora. They're gonna be down 6 at the break. Olivia West and Reagan Begole are next. All right, welcome back to Metamora. We're now joined by Reagan Begole, and Reagan, I know I put a little bit of an emphasis on, being all the way down in Kentucky, don't get a chance to talk to you too often, but, from what I've been able to follow, you guys have actually had a pretty nice season. You've only lost 1 or 2 games to this point, so tell me about what that success has been like early on.
We've lost 2 games, both of them, one in overtime, the other one in double overtime, both by 1. Very frustrating losses, but we've done really well. I brought some teammates home. They're originally from Africa, so they are also a big part of our team. It's Coach Reed's second year coaching at the Cumberlands. He's super, new. He's still got new players blending with old players he's recruited. My class was his first recruiting class, so us blending with the older girls, they're still learning his style. He tells us they're 1 and we're 0, so.
Yeah.
Everybody's new. It's still a struggle sometimes because we don't have as strong of leadership as what he wants when it comes to knowing exactly what he wants. Yeah. So hopefully, as in upcoming years, we get that figured out with starting with my class, maybe the sophomores too. They had been recruited by the old coach, but he's coached them the whole time they've been there. So I'm really excited. I like it. I like playing for Coach. He knows what he's talking about. I like the style that he plays. I really like playing for him.
Now, being all the way down, and I want to say it's Williamsburg, Kentucky is the town, right?
Yes.
I'm sure that, there's days where you like kind of the away from home part of it, and I'm sure there's times where there's the flip side of that. So how do you kind of balance that on top of, being a student athlete there as well?
Well, Williamsburg is it's a pretty small town, bigger than Metamora, but there's not much to do. You're kind of in the middle of nowhere down in Kentucky. I've learned a lot of new words. I will definitely say that. I've learned a lot of new words. I learned what a holler is. I got pretty homesick in the middle of the semester. We didn't get fall break because we went to the Virgin Islands, which,
I mean, that's a pretty good reason not to get fall break.
But, so that instead of coming home, we went there, which kind of took a toll towards the end. You could tell everybody was kind of like over it when it came to time to get home for Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving came a little later this year, so we were all just kind of ready for a break to be home. A lot of us are from far away.
Yeah.
Me and the other girl from Illinois probably have the farthest drive besides Megan. She's from Nevada, so she's got to fly.
Yeah.
And then Stewie and I drive, but otherwise everybody's kind of from either Kentucky or Tennessee, but we all appreciate our breaks. But it, practice every day.
Yeah.
You've got class first. It gets to be a lot, but.
What's it like being back? Because I'm pretty positive this is your first time back for a game, correct?
Yes.
Is it weird?
Yeah. I came back Thanksgiving, and I didn't get to see a game. I just went to one practice, and that was fun to see Coach. I haven't seen her since last year. I liked seeing the new team. I mean, they play very different than we did. We were trying to I was trying to play offense with some of them, and I only knew one offense they were running. And it was kind of funny because their personnel is just so different than ours was last year.
What's that been like? I don't know how well you've been able to follow from afar, but they've won their last 4 games by 30 or more points. That's kind of stuff that we didn't see much, if at all, during your tenure. So what's that like to see that kind of success? And by the way, they're atop the Middle Illini standings, at least temporarily, if they win tonight. So what's that success been like to know that despite losing, I know maybe from a first-person perspective you may not talk about, but you lose 1,004 points. You don't know what's going to happen this year. 6-3, and here we are 2-0 in the conference as of right now.
Yeah, there were days in practice where, we'd have maybe one of us seniors sick, and coach, out of anger would probably be like, what are you going to do without these seniors next year? That kind of thing, just to motivate the younger kids, obviously. But I'm sure there was a lot of worry when you do graduate 4 kids that have all, played for a long time. But I don't know, it makes me so happy for Coach Morrow more than anything, because she's worked so hard to flip this program around from when she got here. I mean, I can't imagine having to do that myself, or trying to coach kids that came from, what she picked up when she came here, and it's all paid off. So she's put so much time into this program, and seeing it, pay off like this, where you're winning game and game back to back to back by that much. I mean, she's earned that to happen for her, that's for sure.
All right. Congratulations on a good season so far. Good to see you back, Reagan, and we'll be back with Olivia West. All right, now back here in Metamora with Olivia West, and Liv, it was a pretty fun season for you and on the volleyball court, but kind of talk to me, I guess, kind of the elephant in the room, if you will. I'm sure you had a lot of people asking you about that basketball versus volleyball decision, but you seemed pretty comfortable out there taking. I will tell you personally, I felt like you could have done as well as you did with either sport. Tell me about how well that volleyball season went for you, because that seemed like pretty fun.
Oh, it was a ton of fun, and I guess, obviously I regret playing basketball games, but it was not my favorite sport.
Yeah.
I almost didn't play junior year.
Yeah.
But I did it because, I love the team and I love the coach. And I'm definitely missing that right now, but it's nice to have a break.
Yeah.
Volleyball was a ton of fun. Having a new coach, it's kind of scary because obviously I signed with Sue.
Yeah.
And I, had the intentions of playing for Sue and, following Coach Ballard's steps almost. But I was super happy to know that it was someone I knew, kind of. I was familiar with her daughter, so that was a lot of fun. And I loved the staff, and we had such great team chemistry, and we meshed so well together. It was just a great season overall. I improved so much, I feel like, and I was very shy at first, but I kind of grew to be more vocal throughout the season, and that definitely helped my confidence grow as well, and my game. So
how can you guys carry that momentum of, I want to say, an 8th place finish at Nationals to, yes, we did as great as we would, but you don't want to get so caught up in maybe trying to better that, but just kind of also taking it in a match-by-match approach? How do you kind of balance the success with how you want to improve?
A lot of the girls are returning next year, and that's what's nice about JUCO, where most of us are returning. And I know I got to keep this short, but
no, you're fine. We can continue into the second half if we need to. It's not the end of the world.
It's nice to know like a bunch of the other starters are returning. I think it's more of like get better in the off season. We're definitely going to work very hard. I don't think we ever played where it's like it got to our head or anything.
Yeah.
I think we played with, a consistent look on our face where you couldn't really tell if we were winning or losing. So I guess as long as we continue that into the next season, I think we'll be fine.
What's it like being back here at Metamora as we get ready to get underway with the second half? Your thoughts on being back here to see a game?
Oh, it's nice. I love the gym. I love the Tupke gym. It's definitely one of my favorite gyms to play in. And it's just like nice to see my coaches again and just be in a basketball environment.
Kayla Pasha gets the 2 there, and kind of talk about that for the team for a minute, because, I mean, you guys were awful darn successful last year, and I think everybody and their cousin knows had we not got put in the same regional as Morton, we probably would have won a regional. But I'm sure that's probably in the back of your mind still a little bit.
I think it will forever be in the back of my mind.
But that being said, as Dunlap with a steal and putback, see if I can finish this thought here in a second. And Davis traveled, turnover to Metamora. So knowing, and I dropped this stat to Reagan too, and people that have been listening to the broadcast so far are probably annoyed with this stat at this point. That senior class of U4 totaled 1,004 points. We didn't know what to expect going into this year. We're 6-3. If we win tonight, we're atop the Mid-Illini standings. What are your thoughts on kind of, because I'm sure there was that question mark of what would happen, but yet they're succeeding as much as they are right now, despite obviously being down 6 here, 31-25. But for the most part, they're having a very good season as Ramage gets the 2.
That's for sure. I think, honestly, I wasn't very concerned about that. I think the thing I was most concerned of is like trying to leave a mark on them to say like leadership is important and your teammates are so important to treat right and have great team chemistry, because if you don't have that, then your team's not going to be a very good team. And I hope they have good team chemistry, because that's what I really wanted to. Sorry.
No,
Silent.
Dunlap shooting. You're fine.
I just really wanted I wanted them to be successful, and I know having 4 seniors gone, and I was talking to Lexi about this. Being the only senior, it's tough, and I think it's more of like a mentality. You're overpowered by underclassmen, and I guess.
Kayla Pasha wide open underneath, misses that one.
But having 3 other girls who are just great friends in general was super fantastic for us, and I think we all loved each other so much that it was just such a great season, and I really hope that's the deal with this season as well. Unfortunately, I talked to him, but I don't know completely everything. Yeah. But I wasn't worried about them. I think some of them would have grown into the leadership position if they needed to. And obviously Katie Ramage has been a great addition to the team. With her, I think she's a very vocal person, and she works very hard. So I think just leading by example is something she's going to continue to do over the years.
Last question, then I'll let you go. We talk about coming back for a game. You aren't even really coming back. You're only at ICC. So what's that like to kind of have that experience, that kind of talent around in one piece, and still, have that kind of athletic success, that kind of, I guess, reputation, if you will, of the athletic department, and then, oh, by the way, you're maybe a hop, skip, and a jump from home?
Oh, yeah, it's been nice having a home-cooked meal after a game. Obviously, I'm missing, it's a junior college, so there's not much, and I don't live on it, so there's not much social experience, but being on a team has really helped me, grow at ICC. I think otherwise I wouldn't have been as social. And I guess ICC is a great place to go, especially if you have the local kids go, because a lot of our girls are local, and that just proves how talented the Mid-Illini and just the area in Central Illinois is. And I'm super proud to play for a team that has a lot of local girls on it and compete nationally all around from all the JUCOs. So I guess Central Illinois is just a very special area for athletes.
Well, real briefly, El Sutter will shoot 2. Alana Terry in foul trouble with 3. Well, Liv, congrats on the All-American nod. Thanks for taking your time to talk to me. I know maybe not the player's most important thing to do over the course of the season, but thanks for coming up, and good seeing you and Reagan. And, well, I guess we can sneak in one more question. What's that been like? Because I know how tight you two are, and obviously with her being in Kentucky and you still being here in the area, what's that like when she's back for the holiday and get to see her and hang out with her?
Oh, it's been so much fun. It's I continue to talk to her. I'll FaceTime her if I miss her, and it's been very different not playing with her. It is very hard not, having her after practice to just talk to or discuss the practice with, because I think we're definitely different people, but we work well. We work very well together, and it's been nice having her home. I was so excited to have her home.
Tara Davis, they're going to call that a 2. Well, Liv, again, congratulations on the All-American nod, and again, thanks for taking your time. As Paisha makes, I'm not going to finish the sentence, am I? Kayla Paisha gets the 2-pointer, but once again, Liv, congrats on the All-American nod, and thanks for taking your time with us, and we'll let you enjoy the rest of this one.
Thank you.
All right, continuing here with the third quarter, Tyra to Redgate. Catch you up real briefly. It's 35-31 Dunlap, 3:56 to go third quarter. Tyra down low to Ramage, and Ramage is fouled. Always good to see Olivia and Reagan back. Foul on Sophia Remmel. That's her first, team second. Inbound for the Lady Redbirds, Tyra to Paisha to Redgate. Hope you enjoyed those interviews as much as I did. I always like catching up with the alumni. One of my favorite parts of this job. 4-point deficit for Metamora. Paisha underneath, and she'll shoot 2. Third team foul. It's on number 12, Lily Sutter. That's her second, team's third. First free throw good for Kayla. And DJ Leonardo back in for Dunlap, replacing Lily Sutter. So again, first to 2 good for Paisha. And that one's good as well. Lady Redbirds make it interesting now, 35-33. Press coming. Remmel right through it like no problem, but then stolen by Tyra, tipped by Paisha. Tyra to Ramage, that's going to be off Remmel. It'll be Metamora ball. And then Ramage nearly runs into Scott Taylor, but nothing comes of it. I mean, earlier we had Jim Manson take a errant pass out of bounds off his head as Ramage pulls up for 3, doesn't get the shooter's roll. Rebound, DJ Leonardo. Remmel for 2, rolls in. Timeout Dunlap, it's a full. Remmel gets the 2-pointer. Dunlap 37, Metamora 33. So Metamora, let's see here if I can do the math. I've been kind of caught up interviewing Liv and Reagan here. So Metamora 10, Dunlap 8 this quarter. So it is kind of an interesting dynamic that it seems like this has kind of been more of the same in the second quarter, but at the same time they are outscoring Dunlap thus far in quarter number 3. And again, right now it's 37-33 to be exact. 10-point quarter for Metamora, 6 for Kayla Paisha, 4 for Katie Ramage. And right now, again, if the Redbirds come back and win, Katie Ramage would be our player of the game as it stands right now. As we get to the latter points of the third quarter, that's when I like to start mentioning that. But Dunlap, Metamora has done a real good job of, at least in the scoring department, shutting down Tara Davis after a really good first quarter, rather. Again, full timeout, Dunlap at 3:12 of the quarter. Lady Redbirds left to inbound far baseline. Grace Tyra gets it into Katie Lalamandir. 3:10 to go third quarter, 4-point lead. Lalamandir to Russell. Redgate to Paisha, good. Nice quarter for Kayla Paisha. And it's a 2-point game. El Sutter on the other end on the drive, rolls it up and in. El Sutter has had a nice quarter herself. It's a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Lalamandir to Tyra. Paisha running baseline. Lalamandir to Russell. Russell cross court, Tyra, open right wing 3-ball, good! So Tyra for 3, and it's a 1-point game. Tara Davis, top of the key. Eagles need a score here. Redbird could tie, or, well, they'd take the lead on either a 2 or a 3 another trip down. But Tia Butler traveled. Turnover to Metamora. A big run here at the end of the third quarter would be critical to Metamora's momentum headed into the fourth. Tyra inbounds to Lalamandir. Lalamandir to Redgate. Redgate looked for Tyra down low. Got to get off for a 5-second. Redgate will shoot 2. Lady Redbirds will shoot for the lead. Foul on 25, Gabby DiGiulianardo. That's her second, team's fourth. 2 shots, Elena Redgate. Big free throws here. First one good. 39 all. This is for the lead. Redbirds lead, 40-39. Sophia Remmel for Olivia Sturneman. Tara Davis at the point. 1:56 to go, third quarter. Redbirds back in front, 40-39. Elle Sutter looking to drive off 2 screens from DiGiulianardo and Butler. And turnover stolen by Pesha. One-on-one with DiGiulianardo. Pesha for 2, no good. Rebound Tyra. Tyra thought about the putback as Lalamandir cross court gets it to her. 1:28 to go, 1-point lead. Late third quarter. Nice look, Redgate. They'll say blocked. Redgate tipped off Elle Sutter. It'll be Metamora ball. Faith Smith back for Dunlap. And she replaces Batia Butler. An inbound for Grace Tyra. Oh, nice move, Elena Redgate, but turnover stolen by Smith. Sophia Remmel the other way. They stop the ball. Now Sutter pulls up for 2. No good. Rebound, Faith Smith. Turnaround 2 on Redgate. No good. Rebound, Grace Tyra. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. 1-point lead. Redgate right wing. Now Lalamandir at the volleyball line. Lalamandir on the drive. Kayla Pesha tried to fake her off. Redgate right elbow long. 2. No good. Rebound Grace Tyra, but it's off her, so it'll be Dunlap ball. So Eagles can shoot for the lead right back with 46.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. Elle Sutter inbounds to Sophia Remmel. 44 seconds. Redbirds need to stop here. Remmel off the screen, pull up 2. No good. Rebound Elena Redgate. Redgate to Lalamandir, 32 seconds. Wide open. Kayla Pesha, Lady Redbirds lead by 3. What a quarter, Kayla Pesha. 10 of her 14. Tara Davis off the screen. Hands it off to Sophia Remmel, who traveled. Lady Redbird ball with a 3-point lead and 15.7 seconds to go in the third. Tyra. Inbounds to Pesha. Now Redgate. Down low, Pesha, left block, no good. Nice look though, rebound Elle Sutter. 8 seconds, Dunlap can tie it with a 3, but they cannot tie it with anything else. Sutter blocked out of bounds by Redgate, 3.1 seconds for the Eagles in the third. Remember when I said this? Remember when I said big stop? This is a pretty big stop too. Eagles inbound under their own basket. Tara Davis to Elle Sutter. They don't know what's on the clock, I don't think. Sutter, no good, and we're headed to the fourth quarter. Nice third quarter turnaround for the Lady Redbirds. 8 minutes remain, if not more, and it's a 3-point lead for Metamora. The fourth quarter is next. Welcome back to Metamora. Alex Dodd with you here. An exciting fourth quarter is on the horizon. Lady Redbirds holding on to a slim 42-39 lead behind a 10-point third quarter from Kayla Pesha. A 19-point quarter in total. Buckle up. Here we go. Eagles inbound with Tara Davis to Lily Sutter. See El Sutter as well, Gabby DiGianardo, and Sophia Remmel. So the Eagles have gone with starters. DiGianardo up top to Remmel. 7:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Lady Redbirds by 3. Remmel turnaround 2, kick out Lily Sutter. Sutter double dribbled, turnover. Try to end it here early in the fourth quarter so you don't have to worry about that pressure of a late game situation. See, Russell. And turnover. Lady Redbirds the other way, Tara Davis, good. Davis with 2 for the Eagles, and it's a 1-point game. Pesha. Looking, now Terry. Terry on the drive, kick out Pesha. Pesha off the screen, now Terry posting up. Top of the key, Tyra. Nice look down low to Alana. Alana posting up, nice move, 2 rolls in. Alana Terry for 2, and it's a 3-point lead. Dunlap needs a 3 to tie. Remmel to Sutter. And El Sutter will reset to Lily Sutter. Sutter one-on-one with Russell. And almost threw it out of bounds. El Sutter brings it in. 6:34 fourth quarter, Lady Redbirds by 3. El Sutter on the drive. Her 2 is blocked by Terry. Gets a rousing round of applause from the Lady Redbird fans. Big block there for Alana. Katie Ramage for Alyssa Russell. El Sutter will inbound near sideline to Lily Sutter. 6:20 fourth quarter. 44 Redbirds, 41 Eagles. Tara Davis mismatch on Alana Terry. Alana with another rip away. Hands it off to Katie Lalamandir. Lalamandir left wing Tyra. Tyra, Ramage cuts into the lane. Katie Ramage underneath. Alana Terry right block. Alana muscles it up. They don't call a block, a travel, a double. They don't call anything on Metamora or Dunlap, and it's going to go out of bounds to Metamora. Grace Tyra on the inbound. Tyra into Lalamandir. 5:54 to go. Lady Redbirds by 3. Lalamandir's Terry wanted the screen. She goes down low now. Lalamandir off the screen from Ramage. Ramage runs baseline, now right wing Terry. Terry Pesha on the cut. Pesha right block, 2 up and rolls in. Kayla Pesha for 2, and it's a 5-point lead with 5:30 to go. Sophia Remmel to El Sutter. Sutter on the drive. Kicks out to Lily Sutter. Sutter on the drive, turnaround, gives it to El Sutter again. Sutter hand check foul, Katie Ramage, that'll be her 3rd. 3 on Katie, 4 on the Lady Redbirds. It'll be a baseline inbound for Dunlap. 46-41 Lady Redbirds, 5:16 to go, fourth quarter. Scott Taylor's like, you need to inbound here. We've had that happen a couple times tonight on both sides. DiGianardo pass tipped out of bounds by Pesha. It'll still be Dunlap ball. So Lily Sutter will inbound near sideline. 5:14 to go. Lady Redbirds by 5. Sophia Remmel with Grace Tyra. Off the screen from Lily Sutter. Remmel floats it up and rolls in. Sophia Remmel for 2, and it's a 3-point game with 5 minutes to go. Lalamandir to Terry. Terry left elbow, thought about pulling up. She's going to drive. Terry off the left block, doesn't get the shooter's roll. Rebound Lily Sutter. 4:53 to go. 3-point lead. Tara Davis left corner. On the drive, Lalamandir hand check. So Katie's 2nd, team's 5th. Lady Redbirds can only afford 1 more foul, then it's bonus the rest of the way. Just take the safe bet and go no fouls. DiGianardo down low to Davis. Tara Davis, turnaround 2 on Pesha. Blocked by Pesha. Davis, easy rebound and put back. Eagles within 1. 46-45, 4:34 to go. Lalamandir top of the key. To Terry. Terry off the screen from Ramage. Alana looking, now off to Grace Tyra. 4:20 to go, fourth quarter. Tyra almost runs out of room, goes to Lalamandir. 4:17, fourth quarter. 1 point lead. Down low Ramage and a foul, pushing foul, Tara Davis. That's her second, team's fifth, so now the Eagles only have one foul to give as well. Inbound for Grace Tyra. Gets it in the Kayla Pasha right block. Pasha to Tyra, right baseline, 2, no good. And El Sutter went over the back, they don't call it. Defensive rebound for her. Sutter coast to coast, good. 1 point lead for Dunlap, and Lady Redbirds turn it over. Lily Sutter for 2, no good. Rebound Katie Ramage. Lady Redbirds shoot for the lead with 3:50 to go. Ramage to Pasha. Pasha to Terry. Now top of the key, Lalamandir. 3:45 to go. 1 point lead for Dunlap. Ramage right wing. Thought about pulling up for 3. Ramage on the drive. Almost lost it to Tyra. Terry for 3. Short. Well, long. Second time I've done that tonight, my bad. 30-second timeout, Metamora. 3:34 to go. Told you needed to buckle up for this one. And again, 47-46 Dunlap. Not often that you can say at the start of the quarter, well, looks like we should be headed toward an exciting finish, and then you don't know how it really turns out. I'm pretty confident we're in for an exciting finish here. Still with 3:34 to go. Eagles break their huddle. And Sutter will inbound. Eagles have the lead. The clock is their friend if you're looking at it from their perspective. Use as much of it as you can. El Sutter drives on Kayla Pasha. Sutter tries to flip it and gets it to Gabby DiGialianardo. DiGialianardo shot fake out to Lily Sutter for 3. This is a dagger if it's good. It's not. It's short. Alana Terry gets it. Kayla Pasha up floor. Katie Ramage, left block, nice look, and they're going to call a shooting foul on Tara Davis. 3 on Davis, and it's bonus the rest of the way for Metamora. Now this is a shooting foul as well. Katie Ramage, 2 shots. First one good. Back to tied. The freshman, big spot for her. Lane violation on Katie, so that free throw will be nixed from the scorebook completely. And then we're tied with 3 minutes to go. Sophia Remmel, one-on-one Grace Tyra. Remmel down low Tara Davis, mismatch with Terry and Lalamandir. That should be a hooking foul, they don't call it. DiGialianardo for 2, no good, and Lily Sutter with the rebound. Open for 2 is good. Man, they missed a blatant call there. Lily Sutter gets away with the 2. 49-47 Dunlap. Ramage to Terry. Terry up down with the key to Grace Tyra. 2:30 to go. Eagles by 2. Tyra to Lalamandir. Lalamandir top of the key. Terry. Terry on the drive. Flips it out to Kayla Pasha. Pasha to Tyra to Lalamandir. Lalamandir directing the offense. 2:16 to go. We're down 2. Katie Ramage. Grace Tyra runs baseline. Down low, Alana Terry. Katie Lalamandir open from the free throw line. Good. Katie Lalamandir for 2, and we're tied with 2 minutes to go. Sophia Remmel on the drive. No shot. Foul before the shot, but it is 1 in bonus for Dunlap. I think, yeah. Grace Tyra, second person, or no, it isn't. Wow, okay. Well, I would have almost rather it had been bonus because then they don't get another chance to shoot. And that might go all the way out of bounds. Nope. Sutter saved it in time. 1:55 to go, we are tied. Sutter Too easy. Knifes right through the Redbird defense. Timeout Dunlap. Was that a 30 or a full called by Coach Cassidy? Full timeout called with 1:50 to go. 51-49 Dunlap, 1:50 to go in our ball. Everybody okay out there? Hanging in there? 2-point deficit, 1:50 to go. If you're hanging in there, you're in pretty good shape. So Birds 49, Dunlap 51. Our ball. Suspension builds. Who will be the person to take the shot? Obviously, Caleb Pasha and Katie Ramage have been your big scorers tonight. Top two at least. Caleb Pasha rather with an impressive 16. Metamora will go the length of the floor. Grace Tyra on the inbound. 110 seconds to go. Lalamandir to Tyra. Down to Terry. Terry to Pasha left wing. They fake the screen, go Ramage. Terry runs baseline, back to Pasha. 90 seconds to go. Tyra up top of the key. Looks down low, now goes Terry. Alana Terry. Down low, Caleb Pasha, right block. Oh, doesn't get the shooter's roll. Dunlap can use the clock now. Sophia Remmel. Tries to go behind the back, spin move off Tyra. Hands it off to Lily Sutter. Sutter on the drive, kick out to Tara Davis, and they're going to run the clock. Davis. L. Sutter, under a minute. And Katie Lalamandir will have to intentionally foul, one in bonus. 58.5 seconds. Redbirds really can't afford to have both of these missed. 30-second timeout. Lady Redbirds with 58.5 to go. 58.5 seconds. They only have Dunlap with 5 fouls. That doesn't make sense to me. We'll go with it. So Dunlap with 5 fouls. They have 1 to give. Metamora already over the limit. Bonus just for Dunlap. Possession arrow appears to favor Metamora. The light's a little dim on the board, but it does appear to favor Metamora. El Sutter at the line. 1 and 1. Perhaps the biggest free throw of the game to this point. No good. Rebound, Katie Ramage. Down to 55 seconds. Lady Redbirds could tie or take the lead this possession. Tyra. 45 seconds. Tyra looking, running out of room. Goes to Lalamandir. Lalamandir to Terry at the free throw line. Alana Terry on the drive. 2 up, no good. Rebound, Lily Sutter. And Dunlap can run it out. Katie Lalamandir with the intentional, that's her 4th. Dunlap calls a 30 with 28.3 to go. Well, I'll take an exciting game. I didn't know. I mean, you're gonna get these every once in a while, but Metamora in that pressure situation in Springfield lost by 3 on a buzzer beater from the Senators in what, game 2 of the season? Tara Davis inbounds, 28.3 seconds to go. Dunlap has the advantage right now. Alana Terry with the intentional. That'll be her 4th, team's 9th. 1 in bonus. They say 8th team foul. What am I missing here? Timeout, Metamora, it's a full. Okay, so 3, 7, 10, 11, 15. Yeah, it should be 19 fouls on Metamora, but we'll take 8. So 51-49 Dunlap. You got the Eagles at the line for 1 in bonus. .27 seconds. Possession arrow still favors Metamora. Eagles only have 1 timeout left. Lady Redbirds have 2. Dunlap in the 1 in bonus. Metamora not in the bonus until the second Dunlap foul after this second. If that makes any sense. So this will be Gabby DiGianardo, 1 in bonus for the Eagles. 27 seconds. 27 measly little seconds. We'll have a winner in this one. Or will we? Lady Redbirds break their huddle. One in bonus for the junior, Gabby DiGianardo. Good. She could put a stranglehold on this game if she makes the second. Good. 26 seconds. Lady Redbirds hardly have any time to get this run going. Lallemand-Deer to Ramage, fouled by Tara Davis. It's Davis's 4th, team 6th. Redbirds inbound, 18.1 seconds. Ramage in the Lallemand-Deer. Tyra for, thought about the 3. Don't have time for a shot fake. We're going to run out of time. Lallemand-Deer on the drive, 2, no good. Rebound Dunlap. Timeout Metamora. I think it's got to be a full. It's our last timeout, so full. Full with 3.9. And Dunlap's going to win this one, barring a miracle. And this is not a good loss for Metamora. Dunlap near the bottom third of the middle Illini. This one's going to sting. And honestly, I hope it does. Metamora comes into this game on a roll, beating their last 4 or 5 opponents by 30 or more points, winning 6 of their last 7, and then this happens. Wow. I mean, Dunlap got beat by Washington by 30. And here we're going to get beat by a team that Washington beat by 30? It's perplexing. Grace Tyra on the inbound. Ramage. That's going to do it. Bad loss for the Lady Redbirds, 53-49. Coach Morrow is next. Well, back here with Coach Morrow, and well, I'm just going to start off right with that. Unacceptable, right?
Unacceptable, absolutely. It was terrible. The effort was poor. The work ethic was terrible. We didn't come ready to execute or do anything according to the game plan that we had talked about, nothing that we prepped yesterday. We did our own thing.
What was that like when, I mean, we're not talking just an unacceptable loss on terms of how the style of play went. This is a team that was without 2 starters and who in my opinion, could be a starter, comes off the bench, and yet we lose to that team. Does that make it even more frustrating, considering, well, where would we be if they had Mechanicu, if they had Sorensen? What would have ended up happening tonight?
Oh, we would have been in serious trouble. We would have been in serious trouble. You know, I wondered, I was a little nervous about this game because we've been very, you know, we're beating people by 40, you know, some bad habits have creeped in. We've been talking we've been talking this week about the bad habits, taking care of business, doing those kind of things, and they got us tonight. The discipline and the work ethic, we got outworked tonight, which is incredibly frustrating.
I thought a big difference was that start from their point guard, Tara Davis, had a 10-point first quarter, and then there was kind of some light spots in the second or third quarter, and then I think things just fell off the edge in the fourth quarter. Do you think it's a tendency to maybe struggle in those late close game situations, and how do you at least try to correct that going forward?
We made so many turnovers. You know, we played so awful in the first half, and we were still down by 6. You know, we were only down by 6, fortunately. And then in the second quarter, or the second half, we talked about going inside out with the ball. And we didn't do any of that. Like, we didn't go inside out. We didn't, you know, when we finally started doing that, we took the lead. And then we came down and had 2 or 3 really bad possessions right in a row. You know, and then we had some bad offensive possessions. We gave them some shots. And so the discipline when the game is on the line, when things are tight, we're just not quite there yet.
How do you bottle this up in terms of maybe as a motivational tool to maybe use this as a turning point, a loss that we, let's be frank, probably shouldn't have lost?
Right.
But at the same time, not letting it stay in your head for too long in terms of affecting how we play this weekend at Ottawa and even further down the road as well?
Well, we got to have great weeks of practice. You know, we got to have a great week of practice where we just get after it. We work and we become disciplined to do what we need to do over and over and over. And that's what we've got to do a lot more of. We've got to become disciplined. We've got to work harder. Our defensive effort has got to get better. And offensively, we got to be able to get the ball inside. If we can't do that, we're going to be in trouble.
I guess we can kind of turn to some positives that you might be able to take away in this one. You keep Batia Butler scoreless down in the post. I think she was maybe a little bit of a factor, if that. So do you think she was just kind of overwhelmed with kind of all hands on deck, making sure she didn't seem to really be much of a factor at all, or what was that situation like?
They haven't used her a lot this year.
Yeah.
They've got 3 pretty good guards, and those are the people that they have really, really keyed with and really used. You know, they like to shoot a lot of threes, but they didn't have to shoot quite as many tonight because we just gave them lanes to the basket. You know, we did not close out well. Rimmel shot really well, but we didn't have hands in her face, and we weren't working that hard on her. So, and then we gave up, I don't know how many offensive boards. They got a lot of offensive boards and scored on most all of those. So it's something that we've got to do a better job of working harder. And we were just a step slow in every area tonight, and it was incredibly frustrating.
One more question about the game, at least. Kayla Pasha had 16, Katie Raymond within a point of 10. Obviously, the scoring production in terms of the level it's been in recent games wasn't there, but you have to at least be somewhat pleased, at least offensively, with how those two turned out tonight.
Yeah, those two did well. You know, overall, though, I just don't think that we're I didn't think we moved the ball very well. I think we turned the ball over way too much, and we just didn't execute like we needed to execute. You know, we missed some layups at the end of the game, which would have, you know, given us the lead, potentially put us up, would have changed things. But, you know, I think we just had too many turnovers that just killed us.
And well, I guess 2 more questions. A little more of a high note. Getting to see Reagan Bagol and Olivia West back. Obviously, Liv doesn't have as long of a trek. I talked with her at the half. But getting to see somebody like Reagan, who has to come from Williamsburg, Kentucky, to come back here at any point in time. What's it like to see those two back, especially part of such a great senior class that we had?
Well, I told them they're not allowed to come back since we played so terrible. They're not allowed to come back in the gym.
Yeah.
No, they are great kids, and the kids love them, and it's really nice to see them here. It's really nice. It's always nice to visit with those kids that came back. And Reagan brought some teammates, which I'm sure is really interesting for them to come back to our little small town. But no, it's great to see those kids, and they'll end up stopping in a practice and saying hi and doing some of those things too, because they're such great kids.
Well, Coach, let's kind of forget this one happened. Obviously, you got to wager that however you'd like, and see if we can turn things around in Ottawa this weekend,
It's a great learning lesson, and we will get better from tonight. We're young, and we will learn some stuff, and we will get better tonight. We'll get another chance at these guys, but each day we just got to get better and move forward, and that's what we're looking to do.
Well, we will not see you over the air this weekend, but I will see you there this weekend, and we'll be back with end of the game stats.
Thank you.
Back here in Metamora, again, very frustrating and unacceptable loss for Metamora, but we'll try to wrap it up here with end of the game stats. Lexi McClure, 1 foul, no points. Grace Tyra, 2 fouls, 2 threes, 6 points. Katie Lalamandir, 4 fouls, 2 twos, 4 points. Alyssa Russell, 1 3, 3 points. Kayla Pasha, player of the game with 7 twos, 2 for 2 from the line, 16 points. Katie Ramage, 3 fouls, 3 twos, 3 for 3 from the line, 9 points. Cam Youngquist, 1 2, 2 points. Elena Rudgate, 1 foul, 1 2, 2 for 2 from the line, 4 points. Alana Terry, 4 fouls, 2 twos, 1 for 2 from the line, 5 points. Lady Redbirds is a team, 16 twos, 3 threes, 8 for 9 from the line. Committed 14 fouls and totaled 49 points in a very frustrating and very burned deep down inside you, if you will, loss to the Dunlap Eagles, 53-49. And I really hope that come the time these two teams meet in Dunlap, that the Lady Redbirds remember how this game went and remember how frustrating it was and how much it stung, and use that to their abilities come that game. So we're going to take a little extended break over the air, and we will see you December 28th hosting the Pekin Dragons. I'll have coverage from Ottawa this weekend, but until December 28th, this is Alex Dobbs saying so long from Metamora. Lady Redbirds fall in a frustrating one. We'll see you December 28th.